Stephen Collinson, thank you. With me is Rina Shah, Republican strategist. She joins me. Let's go straight to just before we get to the detail. Just pick up that point that Stephen is saying. There are many, and I know that Julia Chatterley is going to make the same point when she's ready on economics ground. There are many valid criticisms against this administration, not least of which, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? But rambling about crowd sizes and World War III and I guess there's a strategy there. You're a strategist. Tell me what it is.
It's a mixed bag strategy. It's a keep them guessing strategy. It's one that's a mix of his own personal animus as well as a mixture of what the consultants are telling him. Today in that press conference, what he exhibited was what I call Trump at his worst. Unhinged, visibly angry, unable to speak in data points, for example, and just speaking in platitudes. The lack of substance, I believe, was a real highlight to what he has always been to the American public. Somebody that feels rather unsophisticated and able to talk to the common man. But is it going to stick this time now that we're 4 years past that disastrous pandemic, which he didn't handle well and got kicked out of office for, I believe, largely?
You see, now, so if we look at what's happened on that very point, first of all, you've now got J.D. Vance criticising Tim Walz's military record, whether it's true or not. It doesn't matter. Walz was in the National Guard for nearly 3 decades. Vance is saying he sidestepped deployment. Then you've got Kamala Harris on the border. And now you've got the polls, the recent Marquette Law School poll. As you say, Vice President leads the former president 52 to 48. So what does Donald Trump need to do? Since what you're saying is the playbook of 16 will not work in 24.
Well, what we've seen Trump do since 2020 is never stop litigating the outcome of the 2020 election, right? And that's what he believes keeps maybe a door open for those undecided voters. And I'm not sure that's the best strategy, but moving forward into the rest of this month of August, where no doubt Harris and Walz will get that boost of support from a convention that looks very unified behind them. I mean, we had just seen Trump and his people do the same at the top of July. But into September is where it gets really dicey for the Trump-Vance campaign. So I've always been of the opinion that it's Trump who cannot help himself. It's got to be external factors that help Trump, and particularly geopolitical factors. I also thought that was a missed opportunity for him today. He could have spoken very, very, I believe, in his own way, intelligibly, about his handling of conflicts abroad, because the base of support that he has in the Republican Party is aggrieved about the transport of billions, trillions of dollars abroad.
Right. Can I suggest to you that the biggest problem here is that he can't change? Not that he won't change. He doesn't know how to change. He can change, I mean, you know, how the campaign overarchingly can change the strategy, turn the fire guns from Biden to Harris with a different message. But he fundamentally, if you read Mary Trump's book of some years ago, he's not capable of change.
In the aftermath of that attempt on his life, we saw him change ever so slightly. And I knew it wouldn't stick. I knew it was only a matter of days until we'd see a return to his gut, because that's what he led with from 2016 onward. And that's what he believes serves him best. He thinks that how he casts Biden as infirm and Harris as incompetent. I mean, hearing him say today that she's not very smart, and then relating Walz to transgender stuff as he called it. He thinks that's a winning playbook because what he knows is in the mind of these independent and centrist voters, in particular, those who are center right, of course, and even longtime
Right.
affiliated Republican voters who would have been crossovers in 2020. The talk of these sort of liberal policies that are related to gender affirming care, those are
Okay.
almost top, and pronoun usage, those are almost top of mind with economy, crime, and public safety, as well as immigration. So he's trying out a different size shoe right now. The question is, will he keep that size shoe on?
We'll find out. I'm grateful to you. Thank you for joining us.